All right, folks, let's get to work on those puzzles. So, how very interesting. Looks like you've got a... I can't go there. Boom, 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 boom. Check, check. Knight d3 check fails. Queen takes, bishop takes. Knight f2 check. Doesn't allow us to get that check to slide on a d3, but we have bishop to h4 check. With king d1, knight f2 check. Will snag us a rook. Crunchy. That's how we like our kings. Crunchy. Well, let's see. Ooh, queen to f6 check. Boy, that's really powerful. One of the things you can learn is when you see a move that can sometimes tip you off, that it allows something to happen that wouldn't happen before. Queen to f6 is not check before the pawn moves. Doesn't happen very often, but you never know. But queen f6 check looks really good. Bang, bang, check. Here, checkmate. He's gone. But there's you know, an extra reason to look at queen to f6. Okay. What's up here? Well, off the top of my head, we have queen h3 check. So he's cut off on the e-file. So he can go to f4 and then g5 check. King to here. I mean, it's an easy mate, right? Check, check, and checkmate. Pretty easy. And that's all. Well, on a free account, sometimes all they let you do is 3 problems. So we bashed that one. That was no big deal. That was no big deal. Those are all easy problems. They're easy problems because of the work that you do to prepare yourself to improve. I mean, this is just a standard checks, captures, contacts, and board situation. And you just look at the checks first and just follow it brute force style. So let's go back. Look at this. Queen h3 check. The rook blocks the e-file. Queen blocks g3 and g2, so his only square is f4. When the king has only one square, you're probably winning. That's the rule. So f4, where can we check him? The only thing, well, we could check him with the rook and the queen, but they would lose a piece. So g5 check. So queen h3 check, king f4, queen g5 check. King f5, the only move. And then we can check him with queen f3 check, which is mate, or queen to d3 check, which is not mate. He'd go back to f4 and you've lost ground. So this was fairly basic stuff for me, but I've had training and experience. So for you, you have to learn to visualize queen h3 check, g5 check, and queen f3 check. And then in your mind, you need to be able to visualize that all the squares are covered for the checkmate. Let's go look at this one again. This was the same thing. Visualization is the key. We looked at visually knight d3 check, but you know, he has 2 defenders of this square and we have only 1 defender. If we stick something on there, we have 2 guys attacking the square. So when you have two guys attacking something and 2 guys defending, the defenders win, unless the order of attack is something where like queen goes in first, or If we had two minor pieces here, we could shove the knight there because the queen's not going to trade itself for two minor pieces. So order of attack makes a difference, but our order of attack is not superior to his. He just takes it. So we can't play knight d3 check as much as it looks like we would like to. Knight f2 check, knight f2 is not check directly, he just takes it. And then this forking of his king and queen or nothing, he just plays bishop takes knight. So those just are out of the thing. I didn't look at knight c3 check because when you have this knight close to the king and guarding these squares, you're looking to combine actions, we're not looking to trade away our advanced knights in general. And one of the things that you will come across eventually, I'm going to tell you now, if you had a pawn on c4 and you can shove this knight in d3, that knight is generally valued minimum of a rook. It's as good as a rook, in some cases better. So we don't want to trade. The lesson you need to learn here, above all else, not the combination sequence, is that the advanced knight outpost can be devastating, which it was. Helped our bishop. We don't want to trade away an advanced position knight if we can avoid it. Sometimes all you can do is trade it, but sometimes it's best not to trade it. So we don't trade it. We go bishop check. He goes there, and it's pretty basic stuff. Knight f2 check. You're going to win a rook for that knight. So we have to be able to look and visualize. The only check that was any good was bishop h4 check. Bishop h4 check. He cannot interpose. Nothing goes to f2 or g3 advantageously. The queen goes there, we just take it off. So king d1, knight goes to f2 check. King to c2 is what he would play, and then we just play knight takes rook. And it doesn't look like he's going to be able to get our knight. And knight's just going to go right back out to f2, and we'll work on extracting it or causing him inconvenience while he tries to capture it. Either way, we were happy to trade this e4 knight. It's a 5th rank for black, but it's a e4 knight for this rook is fine. But again, you need to be able to visualize this. Practicing the visualization is what's going to get you increased power. We already did that one. What about this guy? Let's look at this guy. Like I said, the previous move sometimes gives you the clue that that's what you need to go for. Because I was thinking the one that jumped off the page first was queen b6 check. But when I saw the pawn move, I'm like, well, that clued me in. f6 was a better move because it's restricting the king when you check him. Because he can go to g7 after queen to b6 check. Queen b6 check does nothing. You can win the a6 pawn. Well, what do you want, a medal for that? You'll never win the game. If you win this a6 pawn, you'll never win the game. He'll just check you into the Stone Age and you'll just have a draw. So, we looked at this move. Pretty vicious. And then it's, straightforward. You see that king h5, g4 check, king h4. This is a standard mating pattern. So, you've got to look at queen f6 check, king to h5 forced, only move, g4 check, king to h4 is the only move possible, followed by queen h6 checkmate. So, got to work on visualization. That's the most important skill you can have for your tournament play or gameplay in general. So remember, check out my other videos, especially Bliss Chess is bad for you. I'm telling you. You guys know what to do. Keep pounding those problems. Like, subscribe, and comment. You guys know what to do. I'll talk to you later.